we're going to see if they're going to be able to hold it now that the flag has fallen. That is a very early cap on the Tavern compared to last round, Warwich. That is going to make it a lot harder to hold here on the defense for Stable.
Well, Badass, I got to be careful what I say here. You know, drop those strange innuendos. I almost said it again from the last game on Assault. Keep it locked down here at 7:37. So, again, if you're just joining us, we're going to be working on a lot of features. I'll talk more about that here between rounds, but we're going to have a scoreboard in the future. We're going to have instant replay. A lot of stuff coming, so stick around. But right now, what is important is Stable versus Badass right now with the roles reversed. The time on the clock to beat is 9:17. We already have about 2 minutes off the clock here as the Allied Badass team have got to get something going. And you know, these teams have been really testing each other, and they seem very evenly matched, Nail, so I think we chose a very good game here to pick. We're going to hand it to you, Nail. Give us the tactical rundown, then it will be back to Sabo for the call.
Yeah, so the Allies, they did lose the flag. Now they're trying they're going to the spawn. They just killed 2 people. I think the Axes are going out full if they die right now, so they need to be really careful. They have like 20 seconds left, I believe. Yeah, exactly. So they're pushing through the spawn, trying to get back to the graveyard, I'm sorry, and get the flag again. But yeah, it looks like earlier they lost it. They only had 1 person alive and they lost it. So right now it's just they're really trying to get back to the flag. But I don't think it's going to happen right now. They have to really group up. They're kind of mixed and matched right now.
Yeah, Nail.
Gotta love it. Save all you.
Pretty good push going straight up through the cemetery right there. They had Crab, the engineer, leading the charge. Unfortunately, he took the wrong step, got gibbed, and no medic can revive him in that situation. So looks like that push is going to be shut down. The only person left in the cemetery for Team Badass is Leonecki, who actually owns the cemetery. He's tossing some little airstrikes towards the Axis spawn in the hopes of maybe killing something. But all is quiet here. Still no dynamite planted, no gold picked up with 5 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock here in the bottom of the first round. Warwich, what's happening elsewhere?
Just kind of watching the teams test each other. You know, they're right now Badass is just trying to find a weakness in the chink of the Axis armor for Stable, who, you know, did not have the best of times on the Allied push last round at 9:17. Here's a little Xperia charging in, meets some heavy crossfire inside the Tavern. Going to get locked down and shut down here. Nice revivals being made, so Inferno's back on his feet. It is CKY making the revivals. Or was that CKY being revived? No, it looks like he was being revived, and it was Parcher making the revival there. So, regardless, as the action continues, Nail, it's quiet times. It looks like they're holding the courtyard. So the courtyard is securely in the hands of Stable right now, which is obviously going to slow down Badass, forcing them for a long respawn and another attempt probably through Tavern.
Yeah, I think that's probably where they need to focus, just everybody through Tavern type deal. Elusive keeps on picking off 2 people every time, so they're only really pushing with maybe 3 or 4, because sometimes they'll push 1 person through the Axis spawn. So at the beginning of the round, they were doing great. They got the flag really quickly, but then they lost it. So right now they have a 4-man push led by DTS and Crab, and they're trying to just get back in the Tavern again. We'll see if DTS can pull off a shot here. Oh gosh, Elusive, 2 people again. He is just picking them apart left and right. And Brandon, again, to get about 4 kills in a row there, just shutting down the entire offense. Oh my gosh,
he doesn't even need a submachine gun. Just pistol him. Who cares? Medics don't need ammo. They've got a pistol.
Big shots in spec mode, saying that Brandon got that 5-man, so that alone right there is going to hurt the Allied offense of Badass. I mean, if we had War Room, and it's going to be a little challenging, we've got so many games, so many matches so quickly, it's very hard for us to actually hop in all the comms of all these teams. So we're going to try to keep it simple and keep it fast-paced and fun tonight. So, I mean, that's painful stuff when you can get that kind of 5-man kill. Sabo, Donkey's tearing it up. There goes down Crab, and Leonecki blown away by a well-tossed grenade into the shorts. At 3:14, again, we've talked about it, Sabo, 9:17 from Sabo, or Stable rather, not the best time, but as long as they can hold Badass off, they're going to get themselves that point they need to advance. I mean, it's the best of 3. But that would be an interesting development for Stable.
Well, Warwich, I was watching. I kept it locked on DTS right there for Team Badass. He had a really clever strategy there. He snuck around towards Axis spawn with his Panzerfaust. The idea was the moment the Axis team spawned, he was going to wipe them all out with a single shot, freeing up the courtyard and the wine cellar and the tavern for another Allied push. Didn't happen. He ended up going down. I think he took one person down in the middle of that push. It's kind of a slow going for the Allied team here. We're seeing Stable pushing further and further towards the Allied spawn. We've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock right now. As we all know, it takes about 30 seconds for the dynamite to explode, and it's looking more and more like we're going to have 0 points right here. A little action going on in the tavern.
Yeah, they've got a 3-man push led by DTS, or no, I'm sorry, K-Dot, and Elusive look like he's trying to hold him off now. They got the flag, and look like they're going to...
Might be having some connectivity issues here on Ventrilo. Nail, you are breaking up. Watching the stream very closely.
Well, so
let's go ahead and...
It's really crunch time. I know they have an engineer, which is Crab, so if they can get a plant, I mean, it's...
We're gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and reconnect here to Ventrilo here in a moment. Get back in and lock it down. So, that being said, back in live in Ventrilo at 1:10. Crunch time, as Nail talked about here. It's 30 seconds. You've got to make the plant on the crypt, and then from there, you've got to bring the gold home. So, that being said, Bridger, take us home here in the final minute.
All right, they've got this one shot, but I don't see any allies here defending it. I think they got wiped out after the plant, and the Axis simply didn't have an engineer in order to stop them. They even lost the courtyard. I'm flying around here trying to find Badass and see if they're close enough to actually get in and get the gold, but I don't think it's the case, especially not if another Panzerfaust goes off and kills everybody. I think they've given up the chance. They just having fun shooting themselves in the spawn. They realize they don't have the time to get in there, get the gold, and get out. So
are officially in garbage time. This will be a
and
point
what
for
happened
Stable.
at the end there was actually kind of funny, because Elusive was at the spawn, trying to spawn camp. They heard the whine up of the Panzer, and they all suicided to prevent him from getting any kills. So instead of getting 4, there we go. He got 3 that time.
There it is.
He should have had 4. And 3 of them suicided. He only got 1, but that was kind of funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have it. The first point in the Alienware Cup Christmas edition will go to Stable. Not with an impressive time last round of 9:17, but they're able to hold Badass off. They're up 1-0. Sabo looking very strong.
Absolutely. I'm taking a look at the scores right now to get a little statistical rundown, and it's remarkable at how evenly matched these teams are, at least in damage given. They're both around 22,000 for the whole match right there. Much more even than the first the first half of that round right there. Look at Stable though. 123 kills. Badass only got about 95 over there. Looks like everybody's disconnecting right now because per the rules of the tournament, you got to swap to a more favorable server, and the more favorable server is going to be favorable to.
I just updated it in my comment, by the way.
Badass this time
Thank you,
around.
Nell.
Thank you.
That.
Okay, well, Warwich, I'll go over to you and connect to the new server.
Well, let me go ahead and hop out of here so that you guys do not. Let's go back to our. Let's see if we can find this here. There we go. Go back to our splash screen here as I connect to the new server.
Is that Santa Claus riding a V1 rocket shaped like a Christmas tree?
Yes, he is.
Just checking. Wanted to make sure I was seeing things correctly.
Yes, he is. We're going for a very Christmas theme here today. So, welcome to the Return to Castle Wolfenstein action. We're back. We're in server. And we are locking down. Yeah, you're going to see a little different situation here. Badass is going to have a much better ping on this server, but that's fair. All is fair in love and war. The Stable roster being from the one of the rare, the very rare United States teams that we've seen in the tournament play so far.
Yeah, no, I think this is gonna kind of turn the tables on Stable. Love the guys and everything, but because of the performance we saw on the U.S. server, I think it may get tied up right here.
The Badass team actually has a better ping advantage on this server, I think, than the Stable team did on the other server, as far as I can tell.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're right, Badass.
Yeah, 100%.
Badass definitely has the advantage. And after such a close match right there, this might be just enough to turn the tide and put Badass on the scoreboard right here. And, of course, if that happens, we'll be going into a third round on the same map, MP Village, to determine the winner right here. Still waiting on a few more players for Team Stable to show up in the server and pick their team and get underway here in round one of the Alienware Cup, sponsored by Team Dignitas.
It's really interesting. We're here talking about, server ping advantage, and it's just like reminds me of like John Madden talking. Well, the AstroTurf, the Lions know how to play on the AstroTurf, so that really gives them an advantage over the grass.
Well, as a broadcaster, you look for these kind of things. By the way, while we're waiting on these players to pick up their information, I'm taking a look at the brackets to see what's going on. We don't have any new updates from any of the matches, but I can tell you there were a few buys in the tournament early on. Looks like Raw is automatically going ahead to the second round. So is Highbot. Mortis is in round 2, and Fusion. All the other games are currently being played, including this.
Now, we might again be having Ventrilo issues. I might have you guys connect, strangely enough, to the RTCW European server.
Epic match between Stable and Badass.
I'm getting about a 15 to 20 second lag on Sabo and Nail tonight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, massive Ventrilo lag here, guys. I'm not sure if it's my connection. I'm getting about a 2,000 ping on this server. So I'm going to go connect over to the other high command, European high command. Stand by. We'll find out soon enough if it's actually me. And we'll get the rest of the casters here as we switch Ventrilo servers. Hi, Sabo. Welcome back.
Hello. Good to be back. Looks like everybody else is on the way into the other event server.
This is how you got to do it.
Please tell me my lag is better on your end.
Yeah, we got a ping of 260 here. You would think on a American server we'd have a ping of 90 on Vent. 2,000 ping. Here on the European server, 260. So it's counterintuitive. It's been 2,000. Yeah. This is how you got to do it, though. As troubles come at you, you got to face them head on, fix them, and then keep the show going. So we're waiting on 3. We're in server. As far as the additional windows on the side of the screen, normally reserved for my fellow broadcasters, but we're having some camera issues in the field, and I'm not able to edit those out on the fly, guys, so I apologize for the cluttered screen. But regardless, look beyond that. Look at my smiling face. And as the axles go, we'll get it rolling here in a moment. Stable leads 1-0. And I was talking a little bit about this Sable earlier. We've got some great features coming up in our upcoming games, none of which we were able to implement, but we're going to have instant replay. We're actually working on it to give you guys a chance, for example, if someone comes in like Leonecki with a 5-man Panzerfaust kill, to go back in time very quickly and watch it again. So that's in beta phase right now. We're kind of using a very ghetto setup for it, but it looks like it could work. We're going to be doing player spotlights in the future as well, where we actually get them on Skype, and you can see them as they play and as they rage. That'll be fun. That'll be coming up in the future. I'll get my camera issues sorted out with the various issues we've been having. But aside from that, we're back. We're live. Nail, if you can just make sure that anybody else, if you can hop up and let Bridger know the channel password here, and we'll get everybody in to the Axis Bunker tonight. So, that being said, Sable, I'm going to hand it back to you. Waiting on 2 players. And then we'll go over the brackets. We'll go over who's been knocked out. I've got it all locked down and lined up. So, Sable, you'll be in charge of that today. And I'll pull it up on my desktop here. But the first things first. 1-0, Stable over Badass. Now we've switched servers, and we're good to go. Sable, all you.
Absolutely. We're going into the second half, or the second round of this map right here on MP Village. It's the way this whole game is being played right here is a little bit different than standard Return to Castle Wolfenstein. It's best of 3, so this round right here could determine the winner and who progresses on to round 2 of the Alienware Christmas Cup. If Stable takes the win on this one, they get another point. They'll go up 2-0, and that's it. It'll be game is Z over. So a lot of pressure is on Team Badass right here, but as we were talking about, as Bridger sort of poked fun at, yeah, they do have the ping advantage right here. So it really could bolster their aim and might let DTS make a few more of those epic Panzer kills. Likewise, it could really hurt some of the excellent aimers on Team Stable. But hey, Warwick, looks like the game is underway right now. What do you see?
Well, back and underway. Nail is working with the Bridger at the moment as we call the shots at 9:42 on the clock. So Badass are now in the Allied push yet again. Let's see what they can do. So we've got Kevin, and this guy is a killer. Don't let the name fool you. He's kind of leaning down, letting DTS go and open up with the Panzerfaust to clear the way. He's able to make a one-man kill, taking out Parcher.
All right,
and welcome back, gentlemen. Here's the rush. Kevin making revivals. Shuts down 1, shuts down 2, gets the kill on Inferno and friends. He's going to make his way towards the flag, backed up by Leonetti and Dot. And now we got a full spawn here for Badass right now. Perfect timing. Here's a full rush, a full roll incoming now. They're charged towards the crypt.
Yeah, we're going to see Elusive just spawned as well, so we saw what he did last round. I don't know if he's shot yet, but looks like he's down, so they got a dynamite plant very, very quick at 8:48 on the clock. That is a very fast plant.
Ignore the server and password
And now they have
information.
reinforcements, so they're going to be doing good.
What a crazy fiesta we're having here. Oh my God. Every possible issue being thrown at us is being thrown at the last minute, but I'm very proud of us overcoming so far. 8:25 on the clock here. So Bridger, if this this game is incredibly close. We picked an amazing, I'm rambling. We already have a plant, and we already have a grab. What happened? I didn't even know they got a plant. I was so busy rambling, talking, I didn't realize the crypt had been blown wide open. There's the gold. Take it away, Bridge.
All right, trying to find. I don't think they got
secure.
the grab because I can't find anybody that has. Yeah, it's gone back. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, they did manage to get in there and get a plant right away. As soon as they had capped the flag, they went in. They basically had wiped out all of the defenders, but about 2. And they were able to get past that. DTS with a Panzerfaust in the wine cellar there. That is going to certainly help them push forward. They managed to kill yet another of the Stable guys out in the cemetery. So I think they have control of the cemetery.
But Kevin is actually trying to spawn camp the Axis right now.
Oh, I see. He's way over there, hiding, waiting, and he's going to kill at least one. Going to try to finish him off. Yes, finish him off. Unrevivable. That body is so filled with 9mm bullets. All right, here we go. The cap heading down into the wine cellar. Sabo.
All right, well, we got DTS with the cap. As you said, he's in the wine cellar, hiding there with a Panzerfaust. Doesn't get the shot off.
Happen.
He gets shot in the face. Axis returning the gold. That was going to be sneaky. Just didn't quite work out for old DTS. We got 6 minutes 58 seconds on the clock. Badass, they came out of the gate with incredible momentum right there. I thought they had it quick, but it's kind of slowing down a little bit for them. We're going to see a second push right now coming through the wine cellar. K-Dot, well, that's what I thought. He ends up getting shot before he even drops down the staircase. What a shame. Looks like Badass going to have to kill out and respawn far all the way back at the original spawn point. Warwick, what's going on?
Well, again, we're just going to settle into our groove here and kind of pacing myself. We have a very long set of games coming up here tonight, so you can see the two teams are just going head-to-head here. They're fighting in the fields, they're fighting in the graveyards, they're fighting in the village tonight at 6:07. So, now it's been a while since we've been at you here, but, I mean, what are you seeing tactically from both these teams? What is the strat that they're utilizing?
So Badass, they were doing good off the minute 3 mark, or the first 3 minutes rather, and they had multiple grabs as we saw. But then it just started falling apart. They've been trying to spawn camp. You know, Kevin was over there. He got the kill, and they got the grab again, but the fact that they don't have the flag isn't giving them many opportunities here. They got the flag now, but they have to defend for a long time, 20 seconds. Kevin finally got some moves. It looks like they may, in fact, hold it for the next spawn, but they just haven't been able to move anywhere with the docks. They haven't even gotten out of the tavern with them or through the Axis spawn. That's the problem, Ulrich. And Leonecki with a triple kill.
We have a grab. All right, that's something. Kevin with the grab. Let's see what we've got a lock on at 5:06. We'll toggle through. Here's Kevin with the charge and making his way home. So, keep in mind the score 1-0 for Stable. And in the games in the future here down the road, we're going to actually have a scoreboard to keep you permanently updated. For now, you can rely on my soothing voice. Inside courtyard. Watch out. Close range! Oh my god, pull out the knives! Run for it! Wow, he just came face to face.
He had to throw that one away.
Yeah, practically making out. Toss the grenade wide. 431. Alright, here comes his support. Crab. Leonecki. Here's an airstrike. You better book it. Fighting their way back through the village.
And we all know if they can fight through this, the sneaky part is where is Elusive hiding? You know he's somewhere, just waiting for them with a Panzer. Oh, there he is, yeah.
Man, it is tough going.
Well,
look at this. Fighting their way forward, slow but sure, inch by inch. A game of inches now. Still with Kevin, he's got the gold in his satchel. And he needs to bring it back to the Allied truck. Oh, man. Stable ain't giving this up early, easy, Sabo. They are making them work for it. They are making them work. Sabo, you got the call.
No, it's a very well-played and cautious push back to the truck that Badass is doing. We got Kevin sort of hanging back, constantly waiting for his teammates
Watch
to come
out.
up and cover him. Nice Panzer Faust just nicks him, but Neil Leonecki was right there in the nick of time. He picked up the gold, ran, and didn't look back, jumped in the truck, and the clock is now set by Team Badass at 6 minutes and 37 seconds. It's up to Stable now to turn around and beat the clock in order to secure a victory right here, right now. Warwich, what's the statistical rundown look like after that epic round?
I've got the scores on screen for you guys to take a look here at the two teams going head-to-head. And we'll have Nail give us a tactical rundown, then pass it to Bridger on the call for the next round here tonight. So, Nail, lock it down for us. The statistics are pretty darn close.
Yeah, they are. There was just there's a lot of even battles, and we saw how long that dock run took. But they got the job done. That's all that matters. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, that's not a bad time by any stretch. So it's a very good time. And it looked like, you know, the top fraggers, definitely Leonecki and K-Dot for the Badass side of things. And then for Stable, it was Brandon. Had 10 kills, 6 deaths. Very good to show from them. But we'll see what Stable can do on the offense here. I would imagine they're going to be really reliant on the Panzer of Elusive. So if he can do really good, they may in fact take another round and make it 2-0. If not, it's going to be a tie, 1-1.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to RTCW, welcome to Warwich TV. Return to Castle Wolfenstein tonight. I'm Air Warwich, the Axis Shoutcaster, with an assortment of broadcasters whose beautiful faces would have been on screen with me, but instead we get static. We have the Axis Goat, who's going to be Rudolph tonight, Santa riding the V1 rocket, and we're locking it down for Stable versus Badass, an American versus European team. 1-0 lead for Stable, but this could quickly become 1-1. It's best of 3. And then after this match, Sabo and I will go to my desktop, and we will, in fact, here we'll hop over to it right now. You can see the glorious Axis desktop, and we'll give you a full rundown of who's been knocked out, who's advancing, etc. in our all-day extravaganza tonight. It is the one, the only Alienware Cup Christmas edition, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, hosted by Team Dignitas, and brought together by the likes of Sui, who's been just phenomenal, making this happen at the last minute.
And I do have an update. It looks like... Alright, so we've got a couple wins here.
Okay.
We had the Why Me versus National Owners, which were very evenly matched, and National Owners won. So they will be matching off against Fusion, which is actually kind of a mix of one soldier and over.
See if I can pull up the brackets here as we're talking about this.
Powered, really strong team.
Here we go.
And Cave beat Birds.
No!
So Cave with Homie and squad, they beat
okay.
Birds, the other American team. So Stable is the only American team left. Yeah, they are the only team left.
So you know what this means, Warwich. This match we're covering right now is the match of America versus the
Europe.
rest of the world.
Okay.
Does the United States stay on
If you're
the
American-
board or not?
Page from type.
If you're American and you're rocking it at home, you need to be voting and rooting for Stable tonight, because if they're knocked out, look at this. It's the European
Look at the
Union. Look at
flags.
that. European, all the way down. So Birds are out. Stable's still in. They're going against Badass tonight. So we'll find out what's going to happen. Back in game, back in server, waiting on one. I'm excited. We're finally finding our groove. We had such high hopes for tonight. And then right at the last minute, I
It looks
kid
like,
you
looks
not.
like all we're waiting on is someone to get their coffee, which we can relate to.
I'm
Right at the last
drinking my
moment.
coffee
For certain.
right now.
We got coffee and Red Bull.
Can
and
I talk conspiracy theory for a second? I think Leonecki paid off somebody on the other team to kill Kevin, so that he could be the one to bring the gold back to the truck.
Okay, it's possible.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened right there at the end. Like, I know you can't win. You know, he calls up somebody like he's on the home stretch. You can't win, but if you kill him, I will take the glory, and I will pay you $100. I'm pretty sure that my sources, which is me speculating, are pretty clear on this.
Or he'll pay them his share of the 200 euros.
Or of that gold he's bringing back to the truck, which is probably worth more than 200 euros.
Far
Right.
more valuable than 200 euros.
Here
Game
we
on.
go.
Game on. Ladies and gentlemen, soldiers and soldads, welcome. Return to Castle Wolfenstein starts in 3, 2, 1. Let's rock. Stable, allied offense. Bridger, you've got the call, buddy. Take it away. Red Bull kicking in.
All right, going to be switching over, following Parcher right now as he makes his way towards the sort of back route here, slowly approaching the tavern. Actually, sorry, he's going towards the middle courtyard. He might be going right through the spawn, following him through the spawn. Let's see what happens. He's making his way up right now. He's going to be probably harassing from the rear towards the badass team.
He met
But he's going to meet up with
Leonecki.
Leonecki and get shut down right away. They knew they were coming, apparently. But
Yeah.
here comes more members. He was just...
Could have a ping spike.
the
Massive can't talk Panzerfaust kill from DTS. Stream looks okay. We'll just carry it. We'll lock it down here. Bridger might have lagged out. It could be me. We'll keep it going at 5:30.
out! The rest
I
of the
don't
team
see
is on the
anything
way.
Tavern. I think they went all through the Axis spawn. There's 5 members.
Someone is DOSing my cable modem. I know how to fix it. We'll make our way through as best we can. Hopping back in Ventrilo.
There you go.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Hello. Welcome to the future, Warwich.
Yes. After this match, I might end the recording and make a couple changes to the stream to reduce the amount of data we're sending across the internet. So that could fix the problem. Regardless, at 4:52, Badass set a pretty amazing time on Village. Can Stable beat it? Remains to be seen. Now we're going to bring you back in for some cohesion, then hand it to Sabo.
Yeah, they're pushing 3 through the Axis spawn right now. Crab was by himself there. He killed out just to avoid dying a full spawn there. So we've got Elusive and friends coming through the destroyed cottage, and they Badass knows they're there. It's not really a surprise this time. They have Leonecki and Crab and Xperia all in the cemetery waiting on them. So it's a 4-man versus 3-man defense right here. We'll see what happens.
Well, it's all a fight for that little choke point at the wall going into the cemetery right here. We got the defense lined up, made up of Xperia, Leonecki, and Crab right there. just shutting down and mowing down Team Stable as they came out from that little spawn area. One man's alive, CKY. He's the medic just going to back up.